Back with another one. Season 6, the final season of Better Call Saul. They titled this one Breaking Bad. The partners escalate their enterprise to new levels. You can say that again. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. So basically what we got here is you can see what they're doing. Well, I can see what they're doing. Obviously, what they're doing, we got two timelines going on in parallel fashion, okay? It looks like they're taking the Gene version, Gene, who is in black and white, and then you got Saul Goodman, who's in color when they cut to the Saul Goodman scenes. And basically what it looked like is doing in my opinion, is it's taking the Better Call Saul and it's showing you basically the self-destruction of both characters. It's showing you where Saul Goodman went wrong. Like the moment that the bad decision he made that ended Saul Goodman. In other words, it's showing you, it's showing you when Saul Goodman met Walter White. We see that scene where they're cutting to of course, we get the nostalgic scene of them in the meth lab in the trailer in the meth lab Winnebago. And that's nice and nostalgic. But also you see where the Saul Goodman scenes leave off with him walking into the science building to see Walter White. And that's probably leading up to the I think what was that episode titled Saul Goodman in the Breaking Bad series, where Saul walks into the science lab and tells Walter White that, hey, what you're doing it all wrong. And he basically kind of starts advising and helping Walter White with his meth business. I think that's the moment where Saul Goodman started his path to self-destruction. And, and he ended up having to run for his life and go to Omaha and hide it out in Omaha at the Cinnabon. So we got that going on with Saul Goodman. Gene, on the other hand, what was Gene's point of self-destruction? I would have to say the moment of self-destruction for Gene was in the telephone booth. When he was in that telephone booth and he called Kim. At first he was in the telephone booth, he talked to his old secretary. He talked to Saul's old secretary and she let him know that Kim asked about him. And he drove off and he thought about it for a minute, drove to the crossroads, and he made a decision to go back to the telephone booth and he calls Kim. Then they black out that conversation. Okay? He blacked that conversation out. I got a feeling we're going to hear the other end of that conversation. Maybe in the next episode where we get to see Kim again. But at the end of that conversation, they might have blacked it out, but at the end of the conversation, Saul is extremely angry. He kicks the window in. He bangs the phone up against the telephone booth and kicks the window in, kicks the glass in at the telephone booth. And at that moment, that's when Gene broke bad. At that moment, which is a good title for the episode, Breaking Bad. That's when Gene broke bad. He went and started the whole scheme where they were ripping off all these rich people. The first guy that they ripped off, you might not recognize him, the fat guy. That is Buzz. That's Buzz from Home Alone. That's Macaulay Culkin's character, older brother Buzz, kind of like the bully. But anyway, that episode, but yeah, that's when Saul broke bad. He started to scheme up again where they robbing the rich people. He got him a Bluetooth, just like Saul. he went back to the Saul Goodman phase. He got the prostitutes just like Saul Goodman. He got the foot massager thing just like Saul Goodman. And he went back into that lifestyle. But that's when when Gene broke bad. When he got off the phone with Kim. And I think we're gonna get to hear that conversation, how that conversation went. And to see exactly what was said in that conversation to make him just break bad. And at the end of the day, ultimately, I think, well, yeah, at the end of ultimately, I think this just is a good example of how people self-destruct. Like how the human mind can be self-destructive. Like it's a good example, like how people just constantly sabotage themselves. Because Saul Goodman, he didn't have to go that way. He didn't have to go into business with Walter White and orchestrate his own demise. And Gene, after Jimmy McGill, after having problems, after him going through what he went through as Jimmy McGill, then after him going through what he went through with Saul Goodman, ultimately Gene couldn't help himself. He knows how this ends when you start this scamming, and he went right back into scamming. And it ultimately just shows that ultimately us human beings, we sabotage ourselves. I could say that I know I've done it myself, and I still to this day see other people doing it all the time, where you have everything you need in front of you. Everything you need. And you want this certain type of life for yourself, and you have everything you need in front of you to accomplishment, but yet and still you choose the self-destructing way out. You choose to self-destruct. You choose to go about things in a different way. You're gonna you're gonna reinvent the wheel and change and you're gonna have the outcome that you want, but you're constantly doing self-destructing things. It don't work like that. You can't choose a self-destructing pathway and expect to come out successful or come out on top. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. I had to learn that, and a lot of other people I still see to this day. Sadly, some people never get it. They never understand, or they just waste a bunch of time. Years go by, and then they realize, you know, they realize, they sabotage their own success. Moving to predictions. So in my opinion, we see where this is gonna go. Like I have an idea this time. I'm not gonna say I have no idea. I have an idea. We kind of see where this is going, man. Like in my opinion, like I say, we're just like Saul Goodman's self-destruction. We're gonna see Gene's self-destruction, and it looks like it's gonna get dark. And as you can see, the guy bags out. One of Gene's henchmen bags out. He doesn't want to rob the guy. He doesn't want to rob the guy because he saw the cancer medication at his house. And not Saul, but Gene gets in the car, and he demands that they rob this guy. And you can see this is not going to end well, because first of all, he breaks the window to go inside the guy's house. He breaks the door window, which that's exactly what all the careful planning was. The whole plot of the scheme, the whole point of the scheme was to rob these guys without them knowing that they're being robbed. So when he breaks the window, you've totally defeat the purpose of what the whole scam the whole scam was about. So I don't think Gene is going to get caught by the cops. We see the cops coming to the people's house, and it looks like somebody called the cops. Was it the cancer guy? I doubt it. Could it have been Miriam? Who knows? But I don't think he's going to get caught up with the cops. But I stand by I stand by Miriam. Just like I said, Miriam's probably going to take out Jean because Miriam caught Jean late at night when she was watching her cat video. See, Miriam is an old lady, an old sweet lady, but she ain't no fool. And I think that's what's going to get Jean because she saw Jean coming over her house and they up in the garage. She saw Jean and her son up in the garage and she know they up to no good. So she's very suspicious. When Jean came over there and showed her how to watch the cat videos, then they left and went outside with her son. Jean left out. She was looking suspicious then. I caught that. So she's very suspicious. And she might end up turning Saul in. Jean in, whatever you want to call it. Also, I think we're going to see the next episode is titled Sprinkler System or something or whatever, and we know that Kim is working for a sprinkler company in Florida, so we might get to see Kim some more this next episode, and I'm hoping that we get to see Kim's side of that conversation that she had on the phone with Saul, so we get to see what the conversation was really about. That's what I'm hoping, and we're gonna see, man. Kim might have something to do with Jean's demise. Well, we know Kim had something to do with Jean's demise because when he got off the phone, he went into that rampage. So one way or another, she had something to do with it, whether inadvertently or whatever. But I'm looking forward to the last 2 episodes. This is going to be something nice. I'm going to just sit back and enjoy this. We're also going to get more cameos from Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. And I think that's his name. They play Jesse, Aaron Paul. And right here. And big up to him, though. He's in 2 of the best shows on TV right now. He's in Westworld and he's in Better Call Saul. If you're still watching, I appreciate you. Why do I appreciate you? Because you're a real one. So, hit that like button. Tell a friend, share this, comment. Tell me what you think about this episode. You know, this is the end of a great show. So the next episode is going to be the last episode directed by Vince Gilligan. And then after that, the final episode is going to be directed by the showrunner. What's the showrunner name? I can't remember his name. It left my. I can't think of it. But until next time,